Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode. What did I just say? Episode 96 of Shattered Earth. That's what we're doing. In the last episode, you guys successfully repelled the siege of Oakham. You defeated all of the Thrycreen of the Endless Legion. You have successfully put down and ended the reign of one more member of the Black Circle, and rescued another Empyrean from capture. You spent the rest of the last night helping Oakham kind of regather themselves a little bit. The process for cleaning up the city is going to be long, but the city is tough, and it has many people who have worked together for many, many years, so you're not really super concerned that they can't get back on their feet. In the morning, wherever you guys decided to bed down for the night, whether it be in a random pop-up tent or whether you decided to head back to your ship and stay in the quarters there, or perhaps spending it with a brand new friend, you guys do awaken fairly early morning. The hustle and bustle of people moving rubble about and beginning to pick up the pieces of their lives already underway. So, I will ask you, what do you want to do? Anybody have anything they want to do in particular?
Okay. Well, I made my way just after the battle by the temple over to where I thought Rosetta's home was, and I found it in a shambles, and I helped her, tidy up what was left, but it's pretty much ruined. So, I just used tiny huts so we would both have a shelter for the night, and then offered to, teach that to her in the morning as I promised a while ago, and just exchange that for the other spell that she was wanting to trade me for it. So that's pretty much it. And just I'm so sorry that this happened. I imagine it probably would have happened anyway. They were stirred up by some very, very bad people. But I, at least when it comes to a fellow scholar, I do my best to keep my promises. That's what the Scholars March does, at least partly. So, and it looks like you're very much in need of some temporary shelter for yourself and possibly a neighbor or two. So, yep.
Should gladly accept it.
Yep. Just exchanging that for the other one, and I will do my best to use the magic that I've learned from you against the people who are behind this. This never should have happened. It's awful for you all, but I think it's also tragic for the hive. It should not have been like this. But the Black Circle is not about leaving things alone. They have a certain agenda that they are pushing, and we're doing our best to stop them. So after we take the time to do that, I'll just start, heading back to the direction of the ship and see if I meet up with any of the fellow Scholars March members on the way, or if I just meet them there.
Sure. Speaking of that, anybody else? Stroldan is now in a wasp nest, apparently.
Oh no!
Not the
Thrycreen are back!
Fuck, another invasion!
I thought I filled in dirt on all of you! A lot.
What the hell are you guys talking about?
You sound like you have a swarm of bees around your microphone right now.
Is it better now?
Wind tunnel,
No.
one of the two.
No, it's
electric monitor thing.
how about now?
Now it's better. Yes.
Much better.
Yeah, that's my fault. I had a fan blowing on my face.
Okay.
Okay.
So, anybody else want to do anything before you meet up at the ship again?
No, I'm good.
I like to get my +1 maul from the guy if he's still alive.
Oh yeah, did you order?
And
Yeah.
if he made.
He's not working on weapons at the moment. If you commission it from him, it's gonna be quite a while. He's gonna be busy rebuilding the city.
Got it. Okay.
He can give you your money back, or you can just wait and come pick it up later.
I'll pick it up later.
Okay. Okay. So, with that said, eventually, you guys all reconvene at the ship, at the bookmark. A number of the crew are nursing minor injuries, but none so grievous that you can't heal them or take care of them over the next couple of days. For the most part, Esmeralda and the rest of the crew managed to avoid combat during the siege. Only having to char and dismember a few members of the Endless Legion. So you guys all pack up your shit, gather it, throw it in the cargo hold or whatever else you want to do, and then pick a bunk to collapse in, or go about the ship and see if you can do any duties to help around. You guys begin to take off and leave for your next destination, which is, I'm assuming, going toward the beacon. Yes?
That was the plan.
Okay.
Unless we get attacked again.
Unless you get attacked again. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and... You guys are on this map, right? Yeah, okay. So I'll go ahead and move you guys over here.
Are we really on the map, though? Are we?
Yeah, you guys are there. I'm just going to put you off to the side for clarity's sake. Okay. A crisp wind blows across the bookmark's top deck as you near the place where the final key to Guldagnir supposedly lies. A vast cumulus cloud bank, had come upon you in the night, obscuring your view of the core below and providing a reprieve from its ever-present luminescence. Your ship now coasts just above the bank, skimming atop the pillows of fog like an insect on the surface of a pond. The key of dust has set your heading thus far, the conical beam of light refracted through its head indicating a northeasterly heading. Worryingly, though you appear to be within only a few miles of your destination, no land has come across your sight since you left Arval 3 days prior. As if to confirm this, all of a sudden the key's light begins to list to the starboard side. Esmeralda gives the order to slow the ship to a hover, while the rest of you peer out across the horizon for any sign of land. All you are met with, however, is the sound of the wind whipping past your ears and the familiar peal of thunder echoing across the vast emptiness of the open sea.
Now, question.
Mm-hmm.
Is there like a cloud bank below us, or is it just...
Yeah, it's clouds as far as the eye can see. It's like ocean of clouds, you guys sitting on top of it, empty air, and then big other ocean of clouds above you that has like Arcanite lightning and all the stuff that you're used to.
Alright, Well, question. How does the damselfly handle water? Like, say we went through a cloud? Like, would it fuck up the ship at all?
Depends on which type of cloud you go through. And it depends on whether or not there's shit in that cloud. Let's put it this way, it's not the water you have to worry about. It's crashing into things.
Alright,
I do have, by the way, in the handouts section on the character sheet page or whatever, the journal page, I have a, where is it? In the miscellaneous, I have damselfly diagram, because the map that I have for your damselfly is not 100% accurate, but it's close enough. So just keep in mind that like that's the configuration of how the damselfly is laid out for the most part, even if the map doesn't quite look like that. Just whenever we get to that point.
Alright, so what I would like to do is send Fuego down through there because, well, flight evolution, something I would have reasonably swapped to as we're traveling, because
yeah, if you're on the open sea, it makes sense. Sure. How long do you wait before you call him back?
Well, once he hit the clouds, I was gonna do the share senses so I can just see through his eyes as he's going through there.
Yeah, it is almost instantly dark as soon as he goes down there, and you just feel the wind whipping past your face. You feel the inherent ambient moisture of the cloud clinging to Fuego's kind of like rocky skin. And you can go for quite a while, but it's nothing but darkness and clouds down there as far as you can tell.
Alright, Chance will then recall him.
You get the feeling that if something is down there, it's way down there.
How low can this ship go?
And theoretically all the way to the core until it's crushed and destroyed.
I gotta find the crazy gnome inventors, because I know for a fact somebody's built something to try to explore the core.
Yeah. There's a certain threshold from which there is a point of no return.
Okay, well,
Chance will pull out a map and shine the light of the key he has on it.
Yeah, the key shows that you are in the same relative area as where the beacon is. You guys you're basically that you're there. You just can't see anything.
Me try and fly around with it? Or...
What was the question?
I said, do you want me to try and fly around and see if I can find anywhere?
You're welcome to it.
Okay. She'll fly around like 100 feet in every direction.
Sure.
Just make sure the initial path is clear.
Do you take the key with you?
If they will allow me to, yes.
I'll defer to Tense's judgment on this. If he thinks it's worth it, okay.
Selra can take it.
Yeah.
She takes it.
Selra, the key is without it pointing at a map, it is its own compass towards the next one. The key is pointing down. And no matter which way you dive, and if you're circling the ship, your ship is essentially on top of it. You're like doing a wide circle, and the beacon, the cone of light that is pointing in the correct direction, is moving kind of in a lazy circle with you. But it is pointing down below your ship.
She says, "We need to go down." Like it's directly below us. I know this is a riveting discovery. Hello?
We hear you.
Alright, with that in mind, I would suggest maybe we take the ship down. But there's no telling how well that'll go. Looks like we don't know what's down there.
Well, I'll turn to Esmeralda and be like, "Ma, how far you think this boat's safe to go down? You're the captain."
It's kind of hard to say. It depends on how low we need to go. Obviously, there's a threshold, but I mean, the ship is it's fast. It's not necessarily the most sturdy thing in the world.
Okay. Well, if nothing else, maybe we'll be able to get out of trouble if dangerous ones.
You just had to tempt fate, didn't you?
What could possibly go wrong?
Well, it's fast enough to move fast.
If we are fast, there's always something faster.
Yeah, also, like, with the dragon, like, we've seen dragons, and those dragons would very clearly outspeed us, probably.
Out of character. It's the NPC that said it, so it makes it worse. It's compounding effect.
Damselfly is 80-foot fly speed, so it's not too bad. Sprinting is faster than an adult dragon, I think. I think adult dragons have 60-foot or 80-foot fly speed.
Yeah, and I think this one's actually 90 because it has a speed boost on it. We got some custom work done. So.
Did you? All right.
Way back when. That and like I think a slight plus to AC, and that was it because there were only a few that could go on it.
I got to
should have it written down.
That's true. Chan should have it written down.
Way back in the day.
Question: would this do anything when Fuego's flying around?
It would if there was anything in the immediate area. I will say with blind sense on, you do not sense anything like specifically big. There is in the darkness there is debris. It's not just clouds, but it's like, you know, little tiny like particulates of rock and things that are just floating out in the middle of nowhere. Every now and then he catches a glimpse of something at the edge of his vision that like moves like a little small flying fish or something, dives back below the waves eventually. I say waves, but dives back into the cloud bank out of sight. So, are you taking it down?
Yeah.
All right.
Don't think we got another option if we want to do what we want to do.
And I guess while we're going down, if he has sent something like some flying fish somewhere nearby, I've got the pole of angling. I mean, I guess I could try to catch something. I don't know if it'll do much of anything, but in the interest of bolstering what rations we've got.
He pulls up a dragon.
Yeah.
I get the feeling if he hooked a dragon with that fucking thing, that dragon would not be very smart.
Guys ready for a giant flying dragon turtle?
You know what else? What is not smart dragon? White dragons. They're dumb as a rock. They're also fucking vicious.
I mean, fair. A lot of things have to go very wrong for that dragon for a fucking fishing pole to reel it in.
Yeah,
It's gonna make one hell of a bad athletics check. All right.
Yeah.
So, cautiously, you begin to lower the damselfly through the cloud bank below you. Almost instantly, the world around you goes completely dark, save for the glow of the arcane instruments at the bookmark's helm. Accompanying the sudden darkness is an equally abrupt change in humidity, instantly soaking the bookmark and all atop it in a chilly coating of ambient moisture. Through the clouds surrounding you, you think you catch glimpses of solid matter, indistinguishable as debris or merely shadows passing by as your descent continues. Over time, the ship begins to jolt back and forth as the surrounding turbulence increases. Slightly at first, but quickly ramping up the further down you go. After a certain point, everyone on board is forced to rely on handrails and walls for stability when traversing across its decks. Faintly at first, you begin to see beams of light piercing the mist at odd intervals, rushing up past you like luminous cannon shot before quickly vanishing behind the clouds. Silhouetted against these reverse god rays, you can just barely make out the shape of small creatures flitting back and forth within the bank. A small school of flying fish buzzes the top deck and is gone, swallowed once again by the surrounding murk. Blinking rhythmically in the darkness, your ship descends past a small gathering of large jellyfish-like creatures that illuminate themselves with arcs of lightning that flash between their tendrils.
Oh, we've seen those before.
Then, cutting through the sound of rushing air whipping past the ship, you hear a low, mournful, moaning sound. At first, it is sourceless in the darkness, until you realize that one silhouette in particular is more corporeal than the others, and many times larger. This gargantuan, rotund figure becomes briefly illuminated by the lights from below, revealing dark gray, rubbery skin dripping waterfalls of collected rain from its back. Its pectoral fins, each the length of a city block, slice effortlessly through the surrounding clouds as it turns to face you and begins to drift in your direction. For as massive as this creature is, it seems to be gaining on you even in your damselfly, until it comes close enough to feel its personal gravity begin to drag you in. As the ship corrects itself, and you and your crew are forced to hold onto the railings even tighter to avoid drifting off into the void, you can pick out more details. Its fins are far from its only appendage, as you see thousands of tentacle-like cilium writhe across its skin, collecting what small morsels of food they can, as it attracts a variety of creatures that fail to resist its pull. Kicking the damselfly into high gear, you manage to pull away from the creature, leaving it behind and beginning your descent in earnest, until a violent lurch and the sound of the damselfly's hull groaning in protest alert you to a new problem. You're speeding up. Esmeralda calls from the cockpit, "We've got a problem, everyone. Something's pulling us in." Esmeralda's cries of alarm barely registering in your ears through the rushing wind and rattling metal, you pass through to the other side of the cloud bank at breakneck speeds. What greets you on the other side is the sight of a sunken continental shard made entirely of porous, white rock, dotted with specks of vibrant color rushing up to meet you. I can't slow us down! Brace for impact!
Let me check, see if I have any spells here that might help. Just give me a quick sec to check it. Because it's been a minute since we played.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think I do either, but I'll look. Oof. Unfortunately, this is not one of those situations where slow is applicable.
Nope. Nor can you cover an entire ship with it.
No.
Same with Featherfall. And 3. 2.
Oh, okay. I think I have a couple questions for you, PG.
Uh-huh.
One, I'm assuming the Dinsfly does not count as a creature, so I can't use anything that targets a creature on this.
No. Specifically, the vehicle stat block, it is a gargantuan object.
Yeah. Figured as much. That might...
Effect?
What are you trying to do? Specifically.
Well, if there's a magical effect within range...
That's pulling us in.
Yeah, that's what I would be trying to do, but I don't know if it's anything I could possibly target.
There's nothing you can possibly do. There is a magical effect pulling you in, however, it is the core. It is an entity. It is a massive gravitational force. It is not dispellable by any means.
No.
All right, so
that's what I got.
how far down is it from us?
It's rushing up at you pretty fast. You guys have about 3 seconds to react.
Oh, it's not a time even for an action, so.
Well, I mean, like you have time to try and do one thing, depending on what it is. And you have about 5 seconds to decide before I move on. 5. 3. 2. 1. The rushing sound of air is replaced in short order with the crunching and screeching of metal hitting rock as the damselfly collides with this hidden landmass, throwing you about the ship while it comes to a halt at the center of its own crater. As each of you comes to your senses, trying to get your bearings, you peer out of the large hemispherical windshields at the head of the ship.
I look at Chancet. Are we there yet, sir?
So then, you are so lucky. You are so lucky I am in pain right now. Otherwise, I would kick you in the shins.
You're so lucky you're hot. Outside, visibility is obscured by a cloud of lavender-colored particulates and debris suspended in the air, seemingly refusing to settle. You also notice, though it's difficult to tell if it's from a concussion or from something else entirely, that you feel considerably physically lighter. One small step forward confirms this as you push off the floor of the ship and float upward with ease, nearly hitting your heads on the walls and ceiling around you before gently coming to rest on the wooden floor once again.
Okay, I have to ask, is this more pronounced or less pronounced than some of the gravity storms?
It is a consistent, less turbulent lightening of gravity. You are less tethered to the ground than before. It's like it's as if you were walking on the moon let's say. Except your moon has real gravity. It's like walking outside of civilized places of the moon, where the kind of sphere of survivability exists. It's not zero gravity, and you guys can move normally once you get acclimated to it.
It's moon gravity.
But essentially, what mechanic wise for this, if you have a swim speed, you have a fly speed equal to your swim speed, and your jump distance is tripled.
Oh, that's neat. Like, no, seriously, props to VG. That swim bit is very cool. Very much appreciated.
Yeah, in case anyone decided to pick a Triton or something, this is the one chance where you get to use your swim speed for the rest of the game.
Yeah,
So,
makes sense.
as your crew begins to acclimate to the reduction in gravity here, you hear muffled noises. No, speech of some kind from just outside the ship.
Chance being Chance is gonna go ahead and not wait and just go out with Fuego the instant the two of them get the bearings.
Sure.
See what's going on.
Make me a perception check with disadvantage.
Does the blind sense help at all?
It will help for Fuego, not for you.
I mean,
With Fuego, he'll be able to see just fine, and I'll tell you what he tells you. But as far as you said you were both going out, so I need you to make perception checks. Yeah, 3. You don't see very much. It's a big cloud of dust. You can just barely make out a trio of shadows slowly approaching your starboard flank. And Fuego turns to you and says, Master, there's some weird elves coming. With pointy sticks. Right before the strident echo of a horn rings out into the air.
Can Sarah emerge as well?
Sure. As you kind of leave the ship, those of you who can understand Elvish do understand what they're saying. They are investigating this crash site, these 3 people, and this dialect of Elvish that they speak is kind of it would be akin to like someone talking Old English. Like it's understandable, but it's not been the common Elvish pronunciation of anything for quite a long time.
well, best not keep
Is,
them waiting.
Would I know how to speak it?
If you know Elvish, you know how to speak it, yeah.
No, I mean, because of my background.
I mean, it's not understandable. It would just to speak to them in their particular dialect would require some transposition in your head.
That's what I'm asking. Would I be able to do that because of my background?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yes, it just takes it. It's gonna be stilted and not as easy for you as speaking common Elvish. It's not like you're fluent in this. It's like, oh god, you're using ye's and thous. That's weird.
I look at Chance like, should I try to converse with them, sir?
I speak Elvish too, you know.
Yes, but, no, if you insist. You're the party, lead of the party, and I gesture towards you to them.
Chance is going to. I can ask you, like, what is causing, just to reiterate, what is causing the issue with vision right now?
You ever taken your hand in a clear pool with sand at the bottom and slapped it into the sand and watched the debris float around? It's that with your crashed ship, but it's pretend it's underwater. There's just a bunch of particulates hanging in the air because of low gravity.
Poof.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you for clarifying.
Superhero landing. Superhero land.
Yeah, superhero crash landing. But yeah. The shadowy figures, by the way, begin to come closer. They're coming closer through the fog. And you can see, after one of them pull out that horn, you can see like the shadow of it, especially through Fuego. If you wanted to like switch to his senses, you can watch as these guys pull out their horn, blow it. That echoing noise goes throughout the space, and then if you are you sharing senses with Fuego? Do you want to see what these guys look like?
I can do you one better. I forget what is it lingering magic? Yeah.
You're gonna take his blind sight. Sure. So you kind of focus on the bond that you have. Open your eyes, and the dust ahead of you becomes less of an obstacle, let's say. Through your senses, you can get kind of a greater picture of what these creatures look like. They're not shadowy blobs in the silt now. They are, let's say, silhouettes of what appear to be warriors of some kind. You can make out the kind of spiked and rough armor padding that they've got over their bodies, and you can make out the shape of the long weapons, pointed weapons that they are each wielding.
All right. Chance will say in Elvish, "I would request you stay where you are."
A response in Elvish. Who are you to talk to us this way?
Someone who is now nursing a incredibly annoying headache and would rather avoid further issues until said headache goes away.
You can see as they kind of float slowly closer to you, they are not propelled by anything, but they are floating up towards where you're at on the top deck of the ship. And as they do so, you watch them kind of kicking their feet as if they're swimming, but swimming through the air. As they come closer and they come more into view, go ahead and move to the map here. So, just for a general physical description of what these guys look like, each of them are wearing kind of a what are they wearing? They're wearing kind of like a scaled armor. Chest plate, shoulder pads, girdle and all that stuff. Leaving their feet bare, which you can tell between the toes they are webbed, as well as their hands. They are pallid in complexion. They are not blue like the tokens I have on the map here. It's hard to find sea elf, quote unquote, without there being some kind of blue filter over everything. But they are pale, with kind of blanched white hair. And you can see that these are not normal elves. These elves have been changed by something. And what I mean by that is they have kind of a growth of coral that starts at each temple and wraps around the back of their head and pokes out from the back, kind of like a weird circlet or tiara on each of them that has, like, it looks like it's made of this, like, pinkish protrusion, like bone-like protrusion. It just kind of sits around the back of their head. You can also see that their eyes are not the same as a humanoid's. They have kind of dark sclera, and the irises are kind of a luminescent, like slightly bioluminescent color between the three of them. It's like a weird, almost pinkish color.
Did you Flying Dutchman them?
Amen.
Yeah, as they're
Arcanite mutation
approaching,
is the thing.
as they're like getting closer, Chance just is still talking because that's his default if he's annoyed, and he's very annoyed right now. Didn't exactly crash here voluntarily. Would have much rather preferred a smoother landing, or given the nature of this place, would you call it dive?
They say, it is not often that surfacers are drawn to this place, and it is less often that they survive their crash. This is a rare occurrence indeed. So, surfacer, tell me. What the fuck? Never mind. There's a whole fucking brigade of shit going on outside. Hold on, give me a second.
Well, why is there fire department and police? I heard 3 sirens already.
I'm guessing something in VG's either along the road to where going past VG's house is the best possible solution, or it's a situation where
There's an ambulance pulling up across the street.
Via ambulance, fire truck, and a police. I heard 3 distinct. Like I said, I heard 3 distinct sirens.
Yeah, but the other 2 went away. The ambulance is actually just parked across the street now. I don't see any of the other ones.
Is it sad I could recognize all different signs of fucking sirens just by 5 seconds of hearing it?
No.
I mean, not really, because
not in Los Angeles. You hear that shit every day.
I'm in Garden Grove, bitch. I'm not in Los Angeles.
Whatever.
You crazy?
I hear that shit
I would
every
also
day.
point out that they're very distinct sirens.
Anyway, back to the matter at hand. Hopefully they don't fucking zoom off in the same manner.
They're coming to take you away, haha. They're coming to take you away, haha.
You can see, by the way, as they come closer and kind of make out more detail, each of them is wielding a kind of a 3-pointed spear. It's like a trident, but a trident would be like a fork. This would be more like a spear. It's like a 3-pronged head on top of a large, long pole.
They're using fishing spears.
Yeah. So anyway, as I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by emergency services, tell me, how did you come to find this place?
Do you want the short answer or the long one? Because very different stories depending on which one you want.
The one to the left of the one that's speaking says, all will be revealed in time. We need to bring them in for questioning.
Is it wise to tell them the truth, sir?
Given their nature, Strovan, their chances of being aligned with the Black Circle is nil.
That's what we thought about those mantis too, did we not, sir?
If the Black Circle knew where this place was, they would have already. The key wouldn't be here anymore because they want those keys.
The dust is now beginning to settle a little bit more. And you can see
Now,
from behind these other three, there are additional people kind of swimming up to your position, having been drawn by the horn from earlier.
Now, I'm willing to cooperate with you all on one caveat. We have people on this boat that are uninformed and largely just the staff. Not staff, that's the wrong word. That sounds more condescending than I intended there. What's the right word there?
Crew.
The crew.
Yeah, there's people. Which is there's people that they just work here. They know fuck and all. Whether that's true or not, different story.
This is not up for you to demand. You are in no position to negotiate. You will come with us.
I feel it's worth pointing out, all of you are within 20 feet of each other.
What is that supposed to mean? That means nothing.
Oh no.
Have you ever heard of this funny little spell called Fireball? It's a rather large explosion that all 5 of you are within range of.
He hisses at you, says, "Get them!" And they begin to ready tridents and begin to flank you. They are not trying to kill you, but they are trying to kind of take you.
Oi! I said I'm willing to cooperate. There's no need to get violent here. I'm just making it clear that we are not our positions are much more equal than you think they are.
Strovan quickly dust off his hand, tried to hide the fireball that he was just about to throw.
They are beginning to move around your ship now.
Oh hey, credit where it's due. You 5 are a lot smarter than other idiots I've run into. Who actually spread out, smart. I'm coming out. I'm assuming you lot can see well enough through this particulate in the air.
They kind of look at each other. They're still ready to fight because of your very thinly veiled threat. The one who's been doing all the talking at this point kind of looks at you and says, "We would appreciate your cooperation. We will have it either way, but going quietly is the optimum route."
And do I have any guarantees that my crew will not be mistreated?
You have as much guarantee as I can give. We are not in the business of murdering survivors of crashes. Normally, they are already dead when we arrive. You just happen to be close enough for us to salvage something from this place. It is your lives and information that we wish to keep intact. They are useful for us, and we will have them.
Well, I'm certainly willing to talk, though I will make it clear I would appreciate if our ship here wasn't stripped for parts. Wasn't exactly cheap to get.
So, it's just a lot.
We do not have the time to strip your ship. Take only what you need most. Food, water, anything essential for survival.
Agreed.
Bring what you can carry. He turns to the other ones and says, make sure that they are ready to go in half an hour. We do not have much time before other things begin to search for this place as well.
Oh, you lot have dangerous fauna here too. Lovely. And Chance will kind of return to the rest of the group. Say, Stroven, I understand. However, I'm willing to wager that that these are either unconnected to the Black Circle, or more aptly, they're connected to who was guarding the Key of Tides. And the Guardians of the Keys are not our enemies. And I would like to not change that.
Very well, sir.
Chance will give the order to have everyone grab whatever they grab supplies, and he'll also order them if they have any particular valuables that they don't want to get pilfered. Hide them under lock. Hide them well.
I packed extra bat guano.
Hey, I've got a bit of a strange question. With the oh, never mind. I don't have it. I don't have that prepared. I was gonna suggest using mold earth, but I don't know if the dust here is even loose enough to move like that, so wouldn't matter. So, and I doubt there's enough time to fill the passageways down below anyway. So,
Alright. So yeah, in half an hour, Chance will. In half an hour, as agreed, everyone will file out of the ship with whatever they need.
These kind of elven warrior guys, they're floating around your ship waiting for you to be done, but as long as you are cooperating, they are not concerned with threatening you. They seem to have been tasked with instead forming some sort of defensive perimeter around your ship. So they've kind of encircled you at this point, but they're not facing you anymore. They have turned and are facing outward away from your ship, keeping eyes in all directions.
All right. Seeing that, and Chance having kind of clocked that these guys aren't the only things here on this place, Chance is also going to make it clear give an order that the party is going to be also in a defensive perimeter around the main crew.
How many crew do you guys have?
I don't remember.
Like 8 is their entire crew?
I think that's right.
Mine does.
It's on the vehicle stat block. If one of you can look it up for me real quick. I'm not there.
Yeah, I think we have 2 left over that survived the wreck of the Badger, and there's Esmeralda as captain, and then
9, crew of 9.
Give me 1 second.
I think
I need to let the Carter
hired on. So. Yeah, 6 more that hired on. I think back in, I want to say Angel Bay. That sounds right.
So total of 6, or total of 8.
Total of 8, not counting Esmeralda, who's captain. So yeah, and yeah, that's so 9.
So 9.
Because otherwise, one of us would have to steer the ship, and that might complicate things if a tense situation arises. That was kind of the consensus. To, keep our options open.
Esmeralda makes 9 then. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, excuse me. Okay. Let me put some of these guys on here. gathering your crew, gathering supplies you need. You have moved enough things into your pack for quite some time, as far as rations and like canteens of water go. You are going to have to leave some of that behind in the hold of the ship, but you will at least be escorted under armed guard / protection away from this place, as long as you are willing to go. As you begin to gather your things, exit the ship, you also, over this half an hour, have the crew do a damage report on the damselfly here.
Right.
In the crash, one of the landing gear legs snapped off completely, gone. The other 3 not looking great, but they are holding up at least for now. The worst thing is that the engine, your Arcanite engine, has been damaged and will be in need of repair. It's doable, but you will need someone to work on it for quite a while before it is serviceable again.
That's not even the worst of our problems, because we're going to need a stronger engine, not just a repaired one. Because going to need something stronger in order to escape the gravity well if we do when we eventually leave. So
Yeah, you got a point there. You got a point, Chance.
So,
all right.
we'll have
I guess
to leave
one thing.
the damselfly behind.
Yep.
Gather your things.
One thing.
Go ahead.
I'd probably wave Selra over to down in the hold to help me with something. Just to do what she can to help me kind of stash extra rations and stuff under the boards if possible. She's pretty strong, so I guess we can at least try to shove things in where they're not as likely to be found by something and maybe less likely to attract hungry things. So that's going to be the thing I'm going to focus on, storing as much excess as possible where it might be salvageable later, maybe. That's pretty much it. Really wish I had sprung for the smuggler's compartments on this one. I knew those would come in handy. Ah, well, save the gold.
Something tells me that might not be valuable right now, sir.
Well, we'll see. If we can't carry it, I'm at least going to try to hide it.
Okay. So, gathering your things, gathering the crew, backpacks laden with food, water, and personal effects. You begin to gather your troop and exit the ship. Easy enough to... Hold on. I swear, whoever the fuck killed somebody across the street should really fuck off. There's gonna be a lot of honking going on. Hold on.
Hopefully it's not, LA riders that quote unquote.
Okay, I think the ambulance is gone now, so hopefully we don't have to deal with that again.
Yeah, I missed this reference.
Anyway, you gather your shit, you get out of the ship. The elves have... You've also been keeping like track of the elves and their demeanor. Somebody make me an insight check. Whoever wants to.
Sure, why not?
You do not need to make a roll to stash anything extra. They want you to take as much as you can carry. Don't want to stop you.
Can we all make insight checks or just one of us?
As many of you as are paying attention.
The duality of man!
Balance as all things should.
I'll give it a go, but I'm not very good at it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Chance is a little too focused on making sure the crew doesn't, get shish kebabbed before.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
wow. We got every clue.
My
over here.
speechless is dying. 1 minute.
Jesus.
9.
Okay. So,
Oh, 2.
your name still says Strollvan. That's weird. It's weird seeing that again. So, what the natural
Because
20...
I am Strollvan.
I know. It's weird seeing it again. I was expecting the other guy for some reason. So, on a natural 20, you're the only one who notices this. The longer you guys take to gather your things, the more nervous these guys become. They are constantly on a swivel, checking out things, but you can see them turn back and keep an eye on the ship as well, and they seem nervous. Like you
Where
guys
are
need to
their
get out
eyes
of
located
here.
at?
They look like they're humanoid. They're not
No,
weird.
no. Let me rephrase that. Their line of sight. Where is it? Where is it looking? Where?
They're kind of trying to keep a 360 going. Mostly they are looking out over.
Up, down, low.
They're keeping an eye out over the landscape in general from a higher point, from a higher vantage point. They kind of swam up a little higher than where your ship is. But occasionally they will turn and look at the ship as people are kind of moving between decks and just keeping an eye on things in general. Mostly, though, their attention is elsewhere. It's not on you guys.
Sir, as much as it pains me to say this, I think we should hurry this up.
Yep.
It is easy enough to leave the damselfly. You can lower your landing ramp as far as it'll go, or you could just jump off the top. It's light enough that you'll be able to float to the bottom, no problem.
Benefits of reduced gravity, I suppose.
Yeah, the guard who apparently seems to be in charge of all the rest of them does a quick like tweet, like a whistle, and the rest of them kind of form up in formation around you guys as a group, and they say, now we must make our way away from here quickly. Other things will have seen and heard and felt that crash. They will be coming in this direction. The quicker we get away from here, the better.
I'm going to do one thing very briefly before we disembark. Like, I'm going to try to be bringing up the rear, but as everyone else is going down, I'm going to try to be the last man off the ship, and I'm going to leave one of the rations we had to leave behind anyway in the middle of the deck, and I'm going to, like, conspicuously in the middle of the deck, like center, and I'm going to pour out one of my potions of poison that I have all over it, and then I'm going to head off.
Okay, sounds good. Cool. Alright, so you guys begin to trek away from this place. Now, you guys were kind of at like the center of a crater. So, you don't really have a good like sight line over the rest of this area. But once you guys make your way up and out into the lip of the crater and kind of clear the remaining debris cloud, things become a little bit more conspicuous. Above your head, still a sea of clouds, but they are dark and they are not so filled with lightning. This is obviously the lower version of the cloud ceiling, so it's still obscuring the sky, but not as Arcanite charged as your atmosphere is. The surrounding area is mostly hard, blanched, porous rock that, upon any closer inspection, is relatively light. It's not at all heavy to move, especially with the with the lower gravity. But just in general, even if you were back up on the surface, this would be like any kind of igneous rock with porous holes throughout it. It's just light in general and fairly easy to crumble in your hands. it's also where it's most jagged is slightly sharp, so you don't want to kind of manhandle it too much, lest you cut your fingers on it. Kind of splashed throughout the remaining landscape are these like growths of colorful, odd-looking geometric shapes, often in this the shape of fans or shells or pods or perhaps like 5-pointed stars, stuff like that. And these are kind of a stark contrast to the dead white landscape underfoot. You can also see kind of interspersed here and there are the bones and skeletons of various I should say sea life, but it's like open sea life, right? Flying fish and other floating things that you can also see darting to and fro in between the cracks of these rocks and these colorful protrusions. For the most part, stuff doesn't come out into the open very often, but you can see kind of little schools of fish, or like every now and then there's like a weird eel thing that like reaches out, snaps one, brings it back into its hole. But they typically don't stay out in the open. In fact, neither do you, as much as you can help it. These weird kind of mutated elven guards are escorting you in a northern direction, just by any sense of bearings. You know, one of you has a compass, I know that. If you check it, you are heading relatively north. However, they are sticking to a route that is less direct. It's going along the outskirts of rock outcroppings and underneath these kind of wide fan-like protrusions, trying to keep you as a herd undetected by anything that might serve as a danger to what is essentially a school of humanoids traveling across the land here. You can also see that every now and then they'll say, hurry up, go faster. They are traveling with you, floating above you, kind of ringing your group and herding you forward. For the most part, you guys find it easier to walk on the floor than it is to try and swim. I don't believe any of you have a swim speed.
Nope.
As we're
just fly speeds.
As we're kind of going along, Chance would like to ask, assuming they don't cut him off and say "shut the fuck up" or some shit like that. So, what are we currently? Are we your prisoners, or is just being detained for questioning?
Currently, you are useful salvage. It is not for us to decide your fate. It is only for us to, in our duty, return you to those who can make use of your knowledge and your information.
And I assume there's probably some rule in place that makes it so even once this is resolved, us being able to leave is unlikely.
That is not up to me. That will be up to Chancellor Tarfana. You will meet him in short order. We are only a couple of days from the city that we call home. There you will be safe from the wilds of this place and its denizens.
I see.
Alright. Since I've got comprehend languages up, I do my best to translate into common as our detainers are speaking, or as the leader of the group, I guess, is speaking about this, so they have some idea what's going on. instead of just hearing a lot of Elvish, which I don't think any of them speak.
For the first, hour or so, yes, as long as the spell lasts.
I mean, I don't know. Can I do a ritual cast while moving, or do I have to stay still?
No, you'd have to pay attention to it and cast the ritual.
One, you have to stay still, and two, Chance would probably say that's probably not a good idea if we don't want them to get jittery.
I get it. All right. Well, I'll just pull them aside before the hour's up and just be like, keep me up to speed because I don't speak a lick of that pretty elf talk. Now, dwarves. We find some dwarves. I can tell you what they're saying.
Yes, the elusive sea dwarf.
The real identity.
So you guys are walking for quite a while. It's been at some point you guys have traveled about 2.5, 3 hours on foot, just lugging everything with you. It's not really hard to move through this place as far as like the burden that you carry. So thankfully there's that. You're not exhausted from all the weight that you're carrying, even though you are carrying, enough to make you tired after a few hours of walking. The soldiers are leading you now through kind of a narrow channel in the rock. And they are kind of leading you through this small canyon. You are kind of flanked on either side by this jagged white stone and these weird colorful growths. And as you turn a corner, you can see what looks to be like the fallen skeleton of some massive animal that's kind of just buried in the rock here. You can see that bits of the rock have begun to grow over its form, and you can see several schools of flying fish kind of flitting in and out of its rib cage and throughout its empty skull. Lemmy, you asked to make a perception roll. That's fine. Go ahead and make a perception roll for me.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, just because I'm assuming, I have to ask: are our escorts deliberately trying to avoid conversation, or are they just very worried about what might take notice of us as we're going?
They're not adverse to conversation as long as it's not loud. There are a couple of times when people are talking amongst themselves where they're shushed, because the soldiers are trying to keep an eye out for everything.
Which one of Chance will kind of try and converse with the leader a little bit, because it seems when you're in charge of people, you tend to be a little bit more sympathetic to other people that are in charge of people. At least in my experience. I have to ask, seeing as how I am walking into a scenario I have no idea what to expect, any idea of what I'm walking my people into here?
Currently, you are walking them through a very dangerous place. Now, you are protected as far as we are concerned. You need not worry about the state of your crew as long as nothing big comes our way. We will protect you as much as we can. That you have my word on.
I say this not to be an empty boast or any posturing. I'm less worried about large, hungry fauna, because comparatively that's a very simple problem to dealing with a culture I've never encountered before.
Good. Then we will need that if anything pops out at us.
To clarify, because I flubbed my speech, that was Chan trying to say, I'm not asking about the beasts, I'm asking about, them, more specifically.
You need not worry about us. As I said, we will protect you as much as we are able to.
I suppose that's the best I'm going to get. So, honestly, I do find the fact that you are here very fascinating. As, from my perspective, you all speak a dialect of this language that is incredibly old.
Surface world does not know about us, and for good reason.
Oh yes, the giant. I almost want to say whale swimming through the void.
The whale, as you put it, is the least of your concerns. It is docile by nature, not prone to attacking anything. Feeds mostly on what lives within the clouds, though sometimes it dips below.
Okay, I have to ask: I may have misunderstood things. Are we on the whale or are we under where the whale was?
You're under where the whale was. This is an entire landmass continent of like rock and stone. The whale was something that like swam by your ship, dwarfed it, and you guys were like, "Oh God, this thing has gravity," and then you went away from it, and it just kind of let you go.
Okay, so I misunderstood the situation a little bit.
Yeah, you're not riding a whale. Sorry.
I thought this was like a stone, like mini continent island thing on the back of a space whale.
No.
Legitimately, that's what my brain. That's where I read. That's how I read that. I apologize.
Where did you get that?
There was a part that I deliberately put in the little speech I wrote that was like, as you move away from it.
I think either audio might have fucked on my end, or it could just be a factor of the amount of times I've seen in fiction of a fucking civilization on the back of a giant creature swimming through space. Like, Discworld, anyone?
Yay!
I was thinking Doctor Who, but sure.
Oh yeah, Doctor Who, Discworld. Well, not the Void. There was a fucking sky whale in the Legend of Zelda franchise.
Oh yeah.
Sure. Anyway, no, the whale is something that lives in the clouds above and eats the fish that it can pull into its gravity. It doesn't come down.
So okay, I completely misread that. My apologies, sincerely. My main concern is trying to see. We came here both deliberately and not deliberately.
So you know this place beforehand, then?
Indirectly. We knew something was here, not what was here. Crash certainly wasn't planned.
Well, all of your questions and more will be answered when we reach the city.
So
Again,
at this point,
it is only my place to get you there safely. I am not your interrogator for now. I am your protector.
sir, as much as you say Crash was not an intended part of your plan, from the past president, I could put that into account, sir.
Strovan, near my every time I've been in a crash ship, it was never by choice.
Yes, I never said it was your fault, sir. However, due to how much we have gotten into it, it might not be a bad idea to plan into it from now on.
Considering how often it's happened to us.
It happened twice, but it's really happened twice.
Yeah. So, what is the most likely hungry creature that's gonna try and make a meal of us?
There are a variety of predators that stalk these reefs. Let us pray we do not run into them.
Seeing as how you're more knowledgeable of them, I'm gonna list 4 things, and if at all possible, I would like to know if any of the beasties here react favorably in our case or unfavorably to it. Fire, lightning, cold, and acid.
I do not know what that means. You're saying you want to know their weaknesses?
If the case wasn't obvious, I am a spellcaster, one that is very adept at changing the elemental affinity of my spells.
Well, I am not, so I cannot say.
How about let's just go to the city and we can pass them there.
Our spears seem to work fine.
As we're walking along, I give Selra a little bit of a, I guess it'd be like a nudge in the knees because I'm short, and look up and be like, "Hey, these are tough elves. You're a tough elf. Maybe you guys should like become buddies." Whatever they're saying.
Are you, just for the record, are you intending for us to do a continuous trip for 2 days, or is there going to be intent for us to make camp?
We will stop soon. Your crew will need rest. And we will need to scout the surrounding area to make sure nothing followed us from your crash site.
If we're in a relatively secluded spot, I could make it difficult for things to find us, but...
Oh.
We have a ways to go yet. As they are kind of walking you forward here, go ahead and make me perception checks, all of you.
Mm.
17 from Chance.
16 Strovan.
16 from Fuego. I forgot to take off the... I keep forgetting to take off modifier like fast without.
That's right. As long as we know what the real number is.
Yep.
Okay. As you guys are kind of traveling by, you're passing by this large Leviathan skeleton thing. The silence and hushed conversations around you is eerie at best, and you kind of all have your heads on a swivel as far as this goes. It's weird. There's not really an ambient noise here. It's very quiet. There's not a lot of like wind or rustling of anything. It's all just kind of quiet, rocky outcroppings. And being that you're in a small canyon, your footsteps and your hushed conversations are bouncing off the walls here, creating this kind of odd echo chamber of sorts. You notice it at the same time that the warriors do. The head warrior holds up a hand to stop you all, and then raises his spear along with the other ones, gives a kind of a silent hand signal for them all to ready their weapons. The 5 of you also pick up on this, and you begin to look around the surrounding area for anything unusual. And from the shadows underneath one of the rocks here, in an overhang, you see kind of clutching itself to the ceiling, a creature kind of obscured by shadow, but it's like bright yellow eyes staring at your group as you pass by. And as soon as one of you clocks it, this thing slithers out from underneath the rock, and you can see this like horribly like grotesque creature with just scales covering its entire body. It has like a kind of like a like almost like a flat face with no nose at all, and just a wide grin of sharp teeth. You can see the eyes, big like dinner saucers, now in the light begin to shrink in size to be more slitted like a reptile's, and a large mass of protruding fins along its back that kind of flare up in this intimidating presence as it swims out. You can see it also doesn't have any legs. Its lower half is entirely fish and fin, scale and muscle. And you can see also that it is carrying what appears to be some sort of like spear or harpoon of some kind.
Nope, don't like that.
The soldiers turn to one another. Eglarak, defensive positions! And all the 5 of them begin to take up defensive positions about you as several more of them begin to crawl out of the rock around you. These like weird finned fish creatures, now accompanied also by the heavy footfalls of something large turning the corner. You can see, in addition to these other creatures, a big, huge, hulking beast, chitinous, like shell armor covering its entire body. It's kind of like this dull red crimson color, and it looks to your group and regards you as it notices the floating sea elves. It opens its mouth and roars out, "Ahimar scum! Prepare to die!" And I'm going to need everybody to roll me initiative as combat begins. I'm going to put you on a map here for a second before you roll initiative. Give me a second. Let me.
Alright,
so you can have your tokens in the initiative order.
Wow, what are the chances of that?
Well, we can take the first one because it looks like it added it. Do you see 2 of you on the initiative order, or just 1 of you?
I only see 1.
It's for Strovan. Whoa, what
Hang
the fuck?
on.
What the fuck?
I don't know, what the fuck is that?
I don't know either.
Weird. It did the weird.
He goes first.
Something weird. Tiebreaker.
In
No, I only see 1.
You only see 1.
I see a couple more popping up.
That's not what he meant. It's fine.
It's fine. Yeah, there were 2 Strovans for a second, and I don't know why, but now there's only 1 for me, so that's good.
Well,
Okay, I'm going to need to roll initiative for your crew. I'm gonna stat them as bandits for now.
Now, for the record, were these things also speaking Elven, or is it a different thing?
They were speaking Elven. Yes, it was Elven, but it was guttural and rough, very primitive. It's not the same like Old English feel as the other elves. It's like if Elven had an undercommon, it'd be like Under Elven.
So these guys are speaking Cockney, and the other guys that's escorting us is speaking proper British English. Got it.
Sort
of. Chance through just for because I mentioned Talk's reaction. Chance is gonna say through his to Fuego through their mental link. Check to see if any of them have a black circle mark on them.
those as well.
I mean, is my description not accurate?
It's pretty accurate, yeah. That is about right. Okay. Unsurprisingly, first one to act is Lemuel.
Okie dokies. Let's see.
I'm surprised.
Okay, so we've got the big thing kind of ahead to the left, and we got the little fish-like creatures kind of around at different angles, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So
Well,
these guys would be the elves, and then these are the weird fish creatures, and this is the juggernaut. This one and this one.
Okay. Do a thing.
Well, at least he's not yelling, "I'm the juggernaut, bitch."
I'm the
Yeah,
juggernaut, baby.
Let's try up there. Okay. I think I'm going to cast a spell. Because, sure, why not? Alright. You. Let's go with. Let's see. Yes, 30 foot, right? Okay. We'll do that. And. Alrighty.
Okay. 30 feet.
And I'm gonna try to put it in front of us so that way it gets the maybe gets the large the juggernaut like thing and maybe one of the fish. So we'll just
Sure. That is a, what is that for them? Wisdom saves? Sure.
30 foot and wisdom, yep. And it's just the creatures in the area who see it, so within the area of effect, not anything outside that. So let's go like that. Do it like that, yeah.
Yeah, they don't have great,
No,
don't have the best chick in the world.
okay.
Why did it roll initiative? What the fuck?
Uh-huh.
That's not correct. Hold on. Sorry.
But yeah, it should be on just him and him. The idea being that he's at the edge, so I don't get this guy.
There we go.
Because as far as I know, the elves have been escorting us, but they have not actively tried to hurt us, so I'm not trying to target any of them. And I did understand them for an hour there, so I'm going to assume that they're still not trying to kill us.
Yeah, oh, you know what? I'm sorry. I forgot these guys have magic resistance. I gotta re-roll this again.
Oh, noes!
My bad. It's not gonna make a difference because they're both are awful at wisdom saves, but still, good to know. Yeah, fucking yeah. 11 and 6.
I'm gonna beat 17.
Cool. So they are what? Charmed and incapacitated. Got it.
Yes.
Cool. So describe to me what your hypnotic pattern looks like.
Okay, I am just going to go with what I've seen along my travels here. I'm going to go with just a very large school of twisting and shimmering, I guess, fish creatures. So very, very shiny, a bunch of different colors, and just kind of undulating around in that kind of special pattern that only a school of fish can do. So just kind of, yeah, very pretty. Just arcing cloud of gigantic school of tiny little shimmering fish.
Okay, sounds good. Any movement or bonus?
Well, let's see. Now that that's been cast on them, I would probably
Forgot to add Esmeralda to initiative. Should probably do that.
I'd probably move a little bit toward, in that direction. If it appears that they are no longer staring with hostile intent in my general direction, I'm gonna go up, probably about to here, because it looks like I might be able to do that in 30, and just kind of hunker down there, and I will shout in the direction of Chance and Selra. Basically what I've done. I've cast Hypnotic Pattern on the big thing and the little fish up this way, so you may want to focus your attention on other problems for right now, and let the elves know that these two shouldn't be a problem for a while, as long as they don't go poking them. Please make that very clear.
I just shout back at them, said, I'm pretty sure they understand common, sir.
You're gonna have to use your boots if you want to go there, by the way. That is a crevice. So, increment your boots as normal, and you'll be flying.
No, it doesn't work that way, because I've got the new one, so I didn't know it was up. So
it's not up. There's a hole in the ground right where you're standing, so you're gonna have to use them to fly there.
Oh. In that case, I will not go there. I will not fall into a hole. I will be near a hole.
Got
it. Is that good?
That's fine.
I didn't know it was a hole, so
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be close to a rock so I can maybe get cover from something if I really need it.
Yeah.
So
hole in the map there. Hole in the map there. Hole in the map over here. Okay.
Did not know it.
Juggernauts. Cool. That guy is incapacitated. Does he get a save or no?
I don't think so.
Nope.
The catch is that he doesn't get
If
one.
he takes
until
damage
he
or someone uses
is
an action. Got it.
Damage or somebody actively tries to shake him. That's kind of why I tried to make it very clear. Don't poke at them, and they won't be a problem for a while.
Got it. So instead, the other Juggernaut is going to go. He is going to run up to this guy, and he's going to take 2 claw attacks on him. No advantage for any reason. Sounds good. Yeah. Okay. 23 to hit and a natural 20 to hit for a lot. So let's see. 28 bludgeoning plus 8 force is 36.
I don't see him move anywhere.
He's down here. And
okay,
then,
so he has reached.
Yeah, 20, 30 plus an additional 12, so another 42. Yeah, this guy is. So what happens is the Juggernaut runs up the kind of the skull bone of this fallen Leviathan, jumps in the air, grabs the elf, and slams him twice onto the skull and impales him on one of the sharp bits, and he dies. Instant death. And then he'll use the rest of his movement, I think it's 10 feet left or something like that, to kind of move a little bit further up the spine. So he's going to go for this guy up here, it looks like.
Totally out of character. Quick! I look at all our out of character. I look at our escort. Said, "Quickly, give me your name."
All right, Selra, you're up next.
She's going to move over here and swing on the Dreadnought.
Okay, he's about. He's a little bit tall for you. He's up on top of the. He's up on top of the whale creature. Oh, you can fly? Great. Never mind. You're fine.
You know, he might, liken to taller folks. You're just saying.
He's out of the spike. Sure.
Reckless attack, Master, all that. Bam. Bonus action rage.
Yeah. So yeah,
Almost
20
forgot.
20 to hit's gonna hit for sure.
That's
So that is 29 points of damage. Yeah, same thing both times. So 29 points of damage followed by 23 points of damage. So 40, 52. Sounds good. Take your axe and chop into this thing's carapace, and you can watch your axe like crack the shell on his shoulder a couple of times. Take some pretty heavy damage.
She's not saying else. You should not have done that. End turn.
Okay, every crew member. They all have rudimentary weapons. They're going to start shooting at the monster fish people. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we'll do, let's see, 2 on those. For 117 will hit that guy for 2. A natural 20 and an 18 will also hit for 13 and 9, 22 points of damage on the Juggernaut. He's almost dead. Another couple of rolls for the other guy on the periphery. Natural, well, not natural 20, but a 20 will hit for 8. And then those of them that can see... Yeah, you already, Lemmy yelled out not to attack the other two, so they're going to go back to the well for the other guy. Okay, natural 20, sure, for 9. Okay, Chance.
Alright, Seeing what just happened with that guy, Chance is gonna... But also, seeing how Salvar Pro has that big guy well in hand, Chance is gonna point a stick at that guy. It's a rather fun stick.
Don't point your fun stick at me.
And
okay.
And I'm going to spend 2 charges, so it's a
4th level lightning bolt?
Yes.
Got it. Okay, so he has advantage on this. 9. Cool. So 28 points of damage. I'm assuming that cold is not a thing.
Yeah, and I'm going to then change my element to lightning.
Sure.
Now, on the leveled spell casting, I forget. Does that restriction apply if it's a magic item cast?
Yes. If it says it casts the spell, it casts the spell.
Alright, I was just checking on the leveled spell because I was gonna see if I can maybe do a bonus action spell, but it's fine.
Yeah. Make sure you change Fuego's token as well while you do that. Strollvan,
Yes, sir.
you're up.
I like the bonus action blade song, sir.
You may.
Yeah, how did that target kind of... What was the effectiveness of that lightning bolt on it, just to kind of...
Oh, he took a lightning bolt to the chest. He's looking real rough.
Well,
He's not,
just check
you
out.
you did a shit ton of damage to him. He's below half for sure. He's not necessarily almost dead, but he might be after Strollvan's turn. We'll see.
Alright, I was mainly checking for if this thing had resistance to that.
You did notice a little bit of resistance on the lightning bolt, but he wasn't quick enough to dodge at all, so he definitely took the damage. There's a sheen to these things, natural armor that is resisting your magical attempts, but not doing a very good job at the moment.
Alright, so yeah, resistant to magical effects, but not resistant to damage. Alright.
right, what else, Strovan? What are we doing?
Then I'd like to use action haste.
Mm-hmm.
Which will make my speed 80 feet, correct?
I think so. Right, because it...
Blade Song has 10, so which makes it 40. Haste makes it double, so 80.
Yeah.
Can I reach him?
Reach who? The guy right next to you? Oh, that guy?
Right there.
Yeah,
because you said he's on Leviathan Bow.
Yeah, so you were here-ish?
Mm-hmm.
So you'd have to go, like, you know, down here. You could, like, run up this thing, leap across here, and get to where you are there. No problems.
Haste action, I'm going to smack him.
Sure. I'm assuming he's dead here. Let's see if you can beat a 17. Yeah, he's dead.
Apparently.
So
14 radiant damage.
Yeah, he had 2 hit points left. Oops, not that one. So you come rushing up behind the big juggernaut guy, lightsaber drawn. Now, hold on a second. So it takes an...
No, I can't do that.
You can't do that. Yeah, I was going to say, you had a bonus action to light your sunblade up. If you didn't want to blade song, you could activate your sword and still get up there.
Yeah, no, I can't. I don't have the speed for that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, wouldn't you? It was 60 feet to get.
No, I do not have the speed for that. I want to have the 80 feet. There's a reason for it. I'm just on the way. I'm just gonna wave. Because I still want to get up there.
Well, why wouldn't you have the speed for that? Haste doubles your speed, right?
If I do not use the blade song, then my speed would be 60.
Yeah, it took you 60
80,
feet to get to where you are right now.
Instead of 80, which is what I want.
No, I understand that, but to get where you are and do that attack still and kill him, you couldn't do that. Just don't cast blade song this turn. You have 60 feet. You can get to where you are.
You're not understanding me still.
I know you like blade song. I know you want to have it on. I'm saying, do you want to kill him? Because that Ray of Frost ain't gonna do it.
I'd rather have the speed.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Great. So that doesn't work, and he's still alive.
Yeah.
0 to 2. It's still 2 hit points. He's gonna die. Okay, sounds good. Fugo. What does Fugo want to do? What is the lightning dog doing? If you're talking, you're muted. I can't hear you.
No, I muted myself intentionally for a good reason. I was fucking with something. Let's see. Fuego has a... He currently has... Alright. Benefits being able to fly!
There you go. It's like those, the fucking, the ships from, the Matrix. He just kind of, like, has that, like, the lightning that, like, arcs between him and the ground and, like, magnet rises him over your crew and over to the other guy.
Yeah, I'm just picturing, like, all of his, different elements have different flight methods.
Yeah.
I'll have to figure out what the ones for cold and acid are.
The acid one seems like it's just projectile vomiting.
Alright, oh no. That's a miss.
Yeah, that's a miss.
I forget how many attacks do you have currently.
3.
Okay.
Natural 1, that'll be a reaction attack, and the 15 won't hit either. So,
Damn.
I'm already on the stat book. Fantastic. He is going to, as you miss with that second one, he's going to, let's see, what does he do more damage with? He does more damage with the trident. Wait, does he? Yeah, he does more damage with the trident. So He's going to swipe out at you with the trident. 26 to hit.
Yep.
8. Sorry, he's two-handing it, so 12 piercing.
Oh yeah, I forget. I forgot I need to add my temp HP, so it's 22 at this level.
Okay, so now it's 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. That's your turn. Warrior's turn. So all of the Naga guys. That guy doesn't get a save, so he's just sitting there. This guy is going to, let's see. Let's do some danger assessment here. He's not good at danger assessment. So he's going to swim on over to this guy and do his attacks from that guy. That guy's stuck in place. This guy's going to go for the elf. One with bite, 2 with trident. So he's going to try and bite the elf first of all. It's a 18 to hit. That'll do for 10 points of damage. Followed by 2 trident stabs. The 19 there will hit for 16. Then the other guy on this end will do the same thing. Bite once. That's a miss. Trident twice. Natural 20 and 22. So that would be 23 on the natural 20. And 14 for the second one. 22. Okay, that ends their turn. All the elves get to go now. They got 2 attacks. The one that was just natural 20 is going to go first. We're going to go ahead and do 2 tridents. Oops, I'm still not rolling to public. Let's do that first so you guys can see what I roll. 12 won't miss with it. Jesus Christ. Fucking natural 20 again. That is 8 and 16, 24 points total. Okay, so 24 points total. And then he needs to make a con save for the poison. Constitution. 13, that's a failure. So the next attack against this guy here, has advantage.
Alright.
This guy's gonna, other elf is going to do the same thing. Let's do trident twice. 20 and 17, both of those are going to hit. So it is 17. Let me see if he can make the con save before I do that, because I might have to re-roll it. Con save number 1, 15 saves, and then the second one is also going to hit, so he's going to need another one. 8, that's a failure. So this guy's also going to be at advantage against the next attack against him. And then that is a total of 17 points of damage, followed by 12. Okay. This guy's looking real hurt. He's about dead. Other elves are going to do their thing. This is 40 feet. He can't get there, so he's going to go here. He's going to swim over to this guy. These 2 guys are going to double team this other guy here. 2. First one is going to miss, just barely. And then the 24 will hit for 12 and 8, so 20. The hypnotic pattern on him ends. And then the other guy is going to do the same thing. I do need 1 con save from that guy first, actually. Make sure that he can, see if he can make it. He does make it, okay. So then the 23 will also hit. We're going to do another con save for 19, that saves. And then the 26 will also hit for 6. So this guy will also have advantage against him as well if he survives. I haven't total damage yet. Lots of stuff to do. So the 23 hits for 17. 17 there. And then the 26 hits for 19. Okay. Jeez, got a lot of NPCs in a row here. Esmeralda. Let's see. Let's see if she can finish off the guy who was just attacked. Scorching Ray, 2nd level. It's a 22 to hit for 4. I have to take off her bless. I don't know why it's there. 17 and 14. So the 22 and the 17 will hit. That'll be 7 points of fire damage. Doesn't quite take him out. And she goes down by 1 second on the slot. Cool. Lemuel. Back to the top of initiative.
Okay. Alright. And just making sure this right here, this is an obstacle, right? It's a rock.
Yep.
Like, it's tall.
Yep.
So I can't see on the other side of it, right?
Nope.
Okay. Let's see. Well, I guess I'm going to try to bonus action dash. So, let's see. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Actually, I can see when I go 40, I can see him, right? This guy?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, I guess when I round the corner, I'm gonna look at the elf next to him and look at him and see how they're both looking as near as I can tell. Do they both look mostly unhurt or mostly hurt or about the same?
They're both bloodied.
Okay.
The fish creature thing is kind of like bleeding out. His blood's like slowly dripping out of this wound and like slowly descending to the rock floor. And you can see him kind of like he has like labored breaths, and you can see kind of like this like veins of dark poison kind of spreading their way out from the wound he just took.
Okay. Well, I think I am going to probably cast a spell on this one here. So, let me just... Yeah, that. So, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. So,
where are you putting him?
All right. Well, if he fails,
which he will. There's no way he doesn't.
I'm going.
No, 21. Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah, he beat it. So, it does not matter. All right.
Well, been rolling so shit lately. I thought he would not make it, but I guess he does.
Since the spell failed and I've got 20 movement left, I will try to go back around the way I came. So, let's see. I guess. Yep. 20 back that way. So, yep. And that's pretty much all I got. End turn.
Okay.
Before you take the Juggernaut's turn, I just realized I cannot have to use the Ray of Frost anyway. I cannot cast spell with the hasted action, so I would have just taken a dodge action.
Sure.
That's a good point.
Disadvantage to hit you, yeah.
Disadvantage to hit me.
It's advantage to hit Selra, yeah. Selra did the most amount of damage, so he's gonna go after Selra. 2 claws. 1, 2. Advantage on both. 22, 21 to hit.
Yep.
So that is 21 points of bludgeoning reduced to 10 and 5 force damage. You resist
I
force damage?
also resist force damage.
Yeah, you resist everything except for psychic.
All
right?
damage currently.
Oh, that's right, because you're...
Yep.
Yeah, got it. So, yeah, so that would be 12 points total from the first one. And you are grappled.
Okay. Yep.
Cool. And then 21
And the second
also hits, right?
Yep.
So that would be 8 points plus another 2, so 10 points total for that.
So 22 damage total, okay. Okay.
And the other guy's still incapacitated. You're up.
Am I restrained?
No. You are just grappled. Grappled has been changed so that you have disadvantage against anything other than the creature that's grappling you.
Got it.
And you just have still no movement, so...
So, reckless, swing, swing, swing.
You're probably only going to need one. Let's just put it that
Yeah,
way.
man.
Cut his head off. Let's do this.
Advantage. No, we're Weapon Master. Because I'm just going to kill him.
Oh, yeah. 28's
That's-
certainly fine.
14.
Yeah, he had 2 hit points. He dead. He gone.
She's then going to move over here. And swing.
Okay. I want you to make me an acrobatics check to remain balanced on the ribcage here.
I'm flying.
Never mind. I keep forgetting you could do that.
I have angel wings for a reason.
I don't fucking know, dude.
Come on. Come on, no
I feel
point.
like you
Thank
you never used that, but then you probably used it in every single combat, and I just keep forgetting.
Yeah.
You're just having traumatic flashbacks and you're just wiping it out of your mind.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's gonna hit. It's 19.
I just love how this campaign, instead of everyone going, I have dark vision, it's more like, I can fly.
Yeah. Yeah, lots of ways to fly in this game for some reason.
Yeah, we still have that
Yeah.
carpet that nobody knows the keyboard for.
So it's 30, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And I still have that fucking blunderbuss that gives me a fly speed.
Oh my god.
That's true. Alright. Okay, that's it for your turn, yeah?
Thunder mod.
I have a bonus action because I killed something. Unless he's already dead.
No, he's got 14 hit points left. See if he can do anything.
Okay. Okay,
Well,
bonus
he's gotta
action.
do it again.
Fucking do it again.
I'll fucking do it again.
Yeah. Still no Great Weapon Master, so... Or are you doing Great Weapon Master? I don't think it matters.
I'm doing Grabber Master.
What is that?
Yeah.
18? So, yeah, still hits. He's dead. You basically turn it from half fish, half man into fish and man parts floating softly to the bottom of the sea. Or the bottom of the floor there.
You mean
I
paste,
give the
right?
up guy a thumbs up and turn.
Cut the head off the fish. Alright, every crewmate. So, let's pull those up. They might actually get a kill here. That's hilarious. First attack against this other fish guy has advantage, so we're going to do that. He dead. So one of the fish guys gets brained by a crewmate. He goes, "Oh my god, I got him!" Do that. He dead now. And then they're gonna take all the rest of their attacks at the other guys that are around here. So, starting with the guy that's active. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
We're starting to. We're launching crewman. Whoever gets a kill gets a bonus.
Yeah, it's a incentive for kills. 17 from 9. He's dead. So all the rest of these are going to go after the other Juggernaut.
Yeah, we tell the. That's actually not a bad idea. It's like, whoever gets a kill gets a bonus.
To be fair, we're not exactly in a position to give out bonuses, because, you know...
So,
Well, I'm fairly certain both of our wealth stores are currently back on the damselfly.
You don't have a bag of holding, sir?
the other 18 will hit, and the
I
17
mean,
will hit. For 10
I'm just saying this above game, so I'm fairly certain like we all have fucking. I'm fairly certain we all have bags of holding, but I imagine we also have centralized storage for if we need it. So
Chance.
okay. So currently, seems all that's left is this big fucker here.
Yep. Shuggernaut's the only one left. He just woke up.
He just woke up, all his friends are dead.
Chance is going to just go over to here. Point the stick at the thing. And I'm going to spend 3 charges.
Okay. Natural 20. So half of this. 28 halved is 14. 14 points of lightning damage there.
Hold on, there's supposed to be 5 more.
Is there?
Channel element for some reason didn't add the...
Oh, your thing. So another additional 5 damage then. Got it.
Yeah, for some reason, all of the other ones had numbers associated with them, but I guess I forgot to fill in lightning for some fucking reason.
Maybe you didn't use it that often. Anyway, still a good chunk of damage. Oh wait, no, it's not 5. It's 2. So I think we halved. So would have been. Let's see, what would the total be? It would be 28 plus 5, 33. So halved that would be 16 instead of whatever I said before. Instead of 14. So minus 2 more. Okay. Math. Math is hard. Okay, anything else?
Nope.
Cool. Strovan. With your 80 feet of movement.
Just run along the spine and just kind of try to hit it.
Sure.
Bonus action, activate the sword.
You're like duelist Legolas right now. That's a miss. That'll hit. Roll for damage.
9 points of radiant damage.
Got it. Understood.
Then the extra attack, normal I'm going to use a booming blade.
Got it.
Oh yeah, because you currently have 3 attacks, because haste and everything. Alright.
Yep.
Well, what's a haste say? Cast a spell thing.
No, the blade singer, the cantrip thing, popper. I am going to smite on this.
Sure.
Because, I don't think 23 will wipe it out.
So to be clear, this attack now is not with the hasted action, right?
No, hasted action was the first one that missed.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, sure. Go ahead and do your smite damage. It's gonna definitely hit him.
Fuck it, let's go 5/5 level.
Jesus. Okay, that's a lot of damage. That's lots of damage.
Smite slot.
Yeah,
So
15 plus
24 plus 9.
what's 24 plus 24? 48 points of damage total. He had 34 hit points left, so he gone. Perfect. So, with a with a thunderous retort, you like drive your sunblade through the back of this thing. You watch as like the carapace like begins to burn and char as it like easily slices through this thing, lightsaber style, out its chest, and then it just crumbles to the ground. I believe that is combat.
Yay, I killed the thing.
Oh, we did it.
We did it. We did it.
Now, with that final strike, with the booming blade on it, there is a thunderous explosion that echoes throughout the canyon and signals the end of battle. The remaining elves begin to kind of take stock of their situation. They're like, oh god, it made a lot of noise, and they're reforming defensive perimeters. They're all going to try and check for more. Don't see anything.
One thing Chance is going to do is, like, while they're reforming, because he saw this happen, he's going to basically have Wigo help him fly up there and extricate the body of their comrade from the bone spike.
Oh, they're not going to let you touch him. They're going to come over and be like, do not touch him.
He's part of the ship. He's part of the group.
They'll take two of them. The two injured ones will go and take him off of the skeleton. He watches this kind of like pale blue blood begins to drip out of the whatever wound is left, and they bring him down to the ground and begin to strip him of his weapons, armor, gear, anything he had on him, and begin to like strap it onto themselves and begin to lash it around themselves, carry it with them.
Question: when they tell Chance that, are they being how angry are they at him, or are they just upset that they have a dead comrade?
Their concern was that he had shit on him that they needed, or that they wanted to keep. And they deal with this. This is not a lush landscape. There's not a lot of life here that's worthwhile. So you think that their immediacy and getting all of his shit off of him, rather than burial rites or saying a prayer or anything like that, you think that's the resources are number one here, as much as they can. That's why they're telling you to bring a shit ton of food. That's why they're taking you and they're calling you a resource. These people they're gonna take whatever they can get that helps their survival.
Do you, before we leave, Chance goes, do you have burial rites at all in your culture?
We do have burial rites. And they pick up his body, and the three of them move over to this crevice and chuck him in and just watch his body slowly sink to the bottom of the crevice until it's gone. There, he is buried. Now, hopefully, his corpse will be bait for any other Egilorak in the area.
I see. Very utilitarian.
We should get moving. Your companions' noise-making may have attracted others.
Chance will kind of bring up the rear, and he'll quietly throw a little bit of flame behind him.
Okay. Does anyone else want to do anything with the bodies before you move on?
Actually,
I would take a trident.
Yeah, I'd probably want to try to pry something loose from one of the creatures if they're magically resistant. I don't know. It seems like the kind of thing that I would want to do some research on if I can. So, seems of scholastic value.
Okay. You do see that the other two elves they've taken the spear off of this guy and whatever else they can find off of the other guy. The Juggernaut doesn't really have anything on him. But if you want to try and prize something off of their corpses, I would say make a survival check.
Okay. Will do.
I want to take a trident from
Yes.
one of them.
There's nothing causing fire to do anything less than what fire does. This is not actually underwater. You are in open air, but swim speed behaves differently here.
Yeah, I figured. I'm just wanted to be certain.
Yeah. Plus, spells work the same way that they do on land underwater anyway. It's just that stuff has resistance to fire damage when it's at underwater, but there's no water here, so it is more like a desert. Yeah, you're right. While you're making that survival check, make me a nature check as well. I'll say this: make a nature or arcana check as well.
I would also like to investigate one of the bodies here, any of them,
Sure.
and the thing I'm investigating is I'm looking for a particular mark on either of their on the wrists.
Okay, so that would be an investigation check.
Yeah, you know the one I'm hunting.
Yes. 11, you don't see anything. You don't see any particular markings or anything like that.
Holy wow.
I'm just keeping watch while they're all doing that.
Okay, so with a 28 natural 20 arcana check, so part of what makes these creatures what they are is whatever sheen that they had over their bodies that was preventing magic from affecting them as much, or at least was trying to resist it. Looking closer at them, you can tell that magic has not faded as this creature died. So it's not an intrinsic ability that can turn on and off. Its body is just like that. On a 16 survival, you can pry like one of the armor plates off of its back, or like off of its thighs. You could like pry one of those off and kind of like hold it up. It's like the size of a large dinner platter to you.
So what you're saying is we can make armor out of their skin.
Maybe. It depends on if you can find someone who's able to work whatever this is.
And also, I think it's probably not a good idea to defile the corpses of sentient beings too much.
So we have a mission. You are aware we can't waste any resources, yes?
It's I won't stop you.
While I agree with your sentiment, it's just wasteful. That's all I'm saying, sir.
I motion Chance to like bend over a little bit and just kind of stage whisper to him, "Did you just tell a fellow scholar not to take materials for research purposes?"
There's a difference between research, ethics,
But learning.
Nerds.
At this point, interrupting your conversation, one of the elves turns to you and says, "We need to move now. We have what we need."
Right.
Okay.
All right. Pride off the piece. So, yep.
Lead the way.
The inventory.
So you regather yourselves and begin to move off away from this battlefield. Over the next, I would say it's another couple of hours before you are finally allowed to stop. If questioned about this, the elves will say, that fight attracted a lot of attention, most likely. So the further we get away from this before we need to rest, the better. You come to rest in another kind of a shallow cave on the side of a rock face. Just pockmarked with these different caves, but you find kind of like the deepest one has a little bit of a bend to it, so you can at least like hide behind the rock and things won't immediately see you if they are in the cave entrance.
I believe it might behoove us to camp make camp here for the night.
Yeah, that is what you're doing. Yes, the elves lead you over here to this location and say, "We've gone as far as we can for today. Take your rest."
Before we do anything else, does the cave have an end? Like, is it the back of the cave, or is there like a larger cavern behind it?
It's shallow. It's not very deep at all. It's just that it's like 10 feet in, and then another 15 feet around the corner to the right, and then the tunnel itself is between 10 and 20 feet wide at any given point.
Okay, I'm just checking before I do what I'm about to do, because I'd rather not have us get jumped from behind. Chance will say, I can hide us for the night. We'll be less likely to be spotted.
Okay, the elves raise an eyebrow at that, but they don't stop you.
So yeah.
Okay.
Chance will take the 10 minutes to cast Mordenkainen's Private Sanctum.
Cool.
All right, and I will attempt to. I'm gonna ask Chance or say to Chance. Ma and the crew are not exactly as tough necessarily as the rest of us. If it's okay, I'm gonna cast Tiny Hut over them, so I and them can be inside that for a little extra protection. Does that work for the rest of you? And I'll motion around to the rest of the party. I just want to make sure that the elves understand that I'm not doing anything hostile, just protecting the weaker members to try to get them wherever we're going alive.
So you are not going to be able to keep all of the crew inside that. You can keep all but one. It
should be 9 besides me though, right? So
well,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
the radius
7,
of the
8,
thing affects it too, right?
9,
So
right?
it says 9 creatures, right? Does it say 9 and you, or does it say 9 people?
Yeah,
total?
myself and 9 others.
Oh, well then you're fine. Never mind.
Yeah, that's what it says. I think I'll pop it here.
Yeah, I was gonna
Hold
say because I just looking at the grid, I'm like, there's not a lot of people that can fit into a small circle. 10-foot radius of mobile dome force. 9 creatures of medium size or smaller can fit inside the dome with you. So yes, you're fine.
Doing that. And I am just coloring it to match the surrounding rock, so it has that general.
Well,
it just looks like.
Hold on.
Yeah.
That's weird. It's worded weirdly, but the next one of the next sentences is like the spell fails if its area includes a larger creature or more than 9 creatures.
Well, that doesn't make sense. I assume that doesn't include self. Like, yeah, I would.
Yeah, the way it's worded, I'm not gonna fucking argue. I think it's meant to be like on a grid you can fit 9 people in there.
Oh.
Because it's supposed to be a 10-foot radius dome force, right? So
yeah,
if you're looking at a 10-foot radius circle, that's everybody in this square here is the only ones that can fit in it. So one guy's gonna have to stay out for the night.
All right, so just to make sure, you four are aware. What I have just done has made it so nothing can see in here, nothing can hear in here, so we are safe to talk and move about the cave freely. I would still suggest we have a watch, as while nothing can see in here or hear in here, that barrier goes both ways. We can't see out or hear outside.
Okay. One of them at all times, one of the elves at all times, is going to be kind of at the mouth of the cave, away from your barrier. So that they can keep watch on things because the barrier is opaque to everybody, even inside, it looks like. So one of them is going to have to keep watch outside of it in order to see if anything's going on. And you guys aren't going to be able to see out of that area. So it's basically just like a cube of fog, like a barrier of fog that kind of just pops itself into existence around your troop, and then within that troop is a smaller hemispherical dome that Lemuel has casted.
Technically speaking, Chance can still perceive out. Well, Fuego can perceive outside of it, if only because Blind Sense doesn't.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not technically like vision because it's blind. So yeah, but only for 30 feet. So if you want to put him like at the barrier, he can sense 30 feet away. Regardless, one of the elves is going to be on watch anyway, so they'll be outside the barrier. The other three are going to be inside. The two that were the most injured are going to attempt to tend to their wounds, essentially. And then they're going to also, throughout the night, they're going to take turns on watch in 4-hour shifts. Since they are full elves, you do see one of them every 4 hours goes into a meditative trance, kind of over on the side of the cave. And as he does this, different than the other elves you've seen do this, because obviously, I mean, Strollvan does it every now and then, you know. Selra, I think, also. This guy, when he goes into his meditative trance, and same thing with the rest of them, they kind of like close their eyes, and you can see rapid eye movement behind the eyelids, and the crown of like this like bone or whatever it is around the back of their head begins to glow a soft pink color until their rest is over.
That's not normal.
Oh.
Anything anyone wants to do before the rest is completed?
Well, Chance would like to at least request if any of them would be willing to speak more on their culture.
Oh yeah, researcher.
Sure. One of the soldiers, he's kind of like he's like taken some kind of like kelp protrusion that he's found outside. He's kind of like chewing on it and then like sticking it in the wound that he took from one of the what he calls the Iglarak. He says, "What do you want to know?"
Well, for starters, it seems your people and those ones back there have a bit of a history.
The Iglarak are monstrous creatures. We have been at war with them for a very long time. Seven or more centuries. They breed like vermin, and they infest the outer wilds of this area. Anything outside of the city is their territory. We must be careful when hunting for food and for resources, lest they ambush us like they did today. They are a primitive and barbaric people, but their numbers far outweigh ours. Losing even one of our number today was a blow that we will not recover from for some time.
Yeah, I'm sorry for your loss. I know it's never pleasant to lose a comrade.
Such is life on the reef. We all knew the risks. Somebody has to do it.
Doesn't mean you have to like the cost.
We do not have that privilege. No.
So is there any... To avoid causing more issues when we get to your city, can you tell me if there's any cultural pitfalls I should avoid?
You are outsiders. You will be mistrusted at first. Unless you are being escorted with us. If there is a reason for your being in our city, then most will not question it. We have had other survivors before, other shipwrecks drawn to this place. They are few and far between, but when they happen, we always try to investigate, unless the Iglarak get to them first.
Now, I'm going to, seeing as how you all, well, shed blood, that's a certain amount of trust I feel is worth extending. Yeah, I'll ask about that. Don't worry, that's on the mind. I'm more aiming trying to learn particulars that might be a direct situation. Yeah, if that makes any sense.
Yep.
Not really. Is there anything specific you're trying to learn about? Just like do's and don'ts? Is that what you're trying to fish for?
Yeah. Well, do's and don'ts is one thing, but with the extending trust, I was gonna ask because we did come here for a reason, and I did say as much to them when we met.
Yeah. They roll me an insight check.
I'm not good at those.
Four.
Hold on. It's a once per day, so I might as well try.
Sure. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, sure. 18 is way better. He doesn't respond to that, but you can, like, just reading his facial expression, you can tell a couple of things. They do not, like, trust you as comrades. They're not even close. Even if you shed blood together, defended each other, whatever. Their goal is to get you back to their city. They trust that they can do that, and that things will be taken care of once they're there.
Well, if that's the case, Chance is still gonna... He's choosing to be trustful here. Hoping that this doesn't bite him in the ass. See, I told you all... I believe when you first encountered us, I said that we did come here for a reason. And we knew that there was something here. We came here looking for something in particular. Something we're trying to keep out of the hands of very bad people.
They kind of raise their eyebrows. They look at each other and then look at you and say, "Well, you've picked a good place to find it. There is much here that can be hidden from the surface. Assuming that's who you want to hide it from."
Yes, the problem is the people we're trying to hide it from are incredibly powerful in regards to both resources and actual power. So we're trying to find all of these particular things first, as keeping it on the move is the best bet.
How did you come to know of this artifact? Not many on the surface know of our existence, as far as we can tell. those that have survived even for a brief moment have never heard of this place.
The set of artifacts can find each other.
So then you have more of these artifacts with you.
Around. Also, I would point out, I've already died. I've died. How many times has Chance died? I think it's died once or twice. It was one or two.
A couple of times.
Once.
Probably.
Yeah. I've already died once, keeping these artifacts out of the hands of people that would abuse them. I'd appreciate if you didn't get any ideas. I would rather not have to risk dying a second time. Or was it a third?
If
From
are-
the distance, you just hear Strover say, "It was the fourth time, sir."
If these artifacts are as important as you say, we can assume that you brought them with you. And if you did not, they will be recovered at a later time. And you will show them to Tarfana when we arrive.
Look, I'm more than willing to have more allies in this regard. So, as long as we can come to a solution that is amicable, I have no problems sharing information. But in order to give an idea, the people that we're trying to keep out of the hands, keep these artifacts out of the hands of, would make those beasts back there look like children.
They kind of scoff at that, say, "Those beasts out there were a small scouting party compared to the numbers of the Eglarak that exist in this place. We were lucky it was only them who were waiting in ambush. Normally there would be twice this number."
Well, good to know. Now, I'm trying to impress on the notion that these are very malicious individuals I'm talking about here. Do any of you have any concept of the upper and lower planes, hells, stuff like that? Or I don't know your culture, so I can't guess. I can only guess.
They they look like they think about it for a second. They say, "That would be a question for the scholars or the priests, keepers of knowledge, ancient from times before. Not something that we have any access to. We are trained from birth to be warriors, and that is what we will forever be. No more, no less."
So your culture is a utilitarian, caste-based system. Understandable given the hostilities of your environment. Focused more on survival than anything else.
See, now at this point, one of them has finished their meditation, walks over and taps the other one on the shoulder. He gets up and says, "That is enough conversation for tonight. Rest. We have a long day ahead of us tomorrow."
Yes, you're right. My apologies. I am a bit of a... I study culture as I study history, so... An untouched culture that's been around for so long, it is, well, a rare treat for me.
All of your questions and more can be answered when we reach the city. Now. And then he turns and walks away to begin his meditation, as the other takes up a position outside for the night to guard your little makeshift camp at the back of this cave. that's where we're going to stop for today. It is 4 o'clock p.m. We'll pick up again next time we play with the remainder of the trek to their mysterious undercloud city. Until then, bye-bye.